So once again, I'm here to talk a little with you again, but please introduce yourself first.
Good. Professor Henry Ni Ajiri, Wellington, and I'm a professor of architecture, but I'm now very deeply involved in heritage studies, looking at especially the Danish Osu history and culture. I've even gone on beyond my research to produce a book which is titled Stones Tell Stories at Osu. Very soon, the second edition will come out. It's being printed in Canada, and we're hoping that in July this year we may launch it.
Mr. Professor, we've talked about this Dane called Frederick.
Yeah.
And you told me something about a Bible. Can you tell me some more about this Bible?
Yes. All right. Now, we were referring to Frederick Noy Dowona, who was an Osu citizen. He was a young person who was sent to Denmark, about the beginnings of the early part of the 19th century. And he was trained in Denmark for some time. We are not very sure for how long he stayed there. But whilst he was in Denmark, he was in the knowledge of a number of prominent scholars. For example, there was this Professor Rasmus Rask, who made attempt to write a book in the Gan language. The Gan language is what was being used around the castle, Christiansborg, in the Guinea coast. So this young man, the owner, worked together with this professor, and they produced this book in Gan, the Gan language. Later on, he also had good connections, I'm told, in the in the Danish military system. So probably he even had some training in the then Danish military institution.
Do you know the name of the institution or anything more specific about this military?
I don't have the name exactly in my mind, but I have a record which makes reference to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
the Bible.
Then I'll come to the Bible.
Yes, okay.
He then came back to Ghana, the then Gold Coast, in 1828. And when he was coming back, he was in the company of the 4 original Basel missionaries who had been invited by the Danish administration, the Danish governor in the Gold Coast, on the Guinea coast at that time. Now, he was at Osu when they arrived in the castle. He worked for some time there as a teacher, but I think he was dissatisfied with the things going on. And he also left Osu later on to go further up towards the Accra Plains because he wanted to set up a settlement which the then runaway slaves could come and seek refuge. Now, when the British bombarded the Osu town in 1854, when the Danes had left, he was called by the Osu people to come back to Osu to come and help them to redevelop Osu because maybe of his military background, right? Of course, his knowledge also in Denmark. Now, so when he came to Osu, he collected the cannons, the balls, which were used, to bombard Osu. He took them to some of the parts of the Accra Plains where he lived. Now, it happened that the land which he had, obtained to do his settlement for the runaway slaves belonged to the people in the Akwapin regions. And I discovered later on that there was a record that this Noedowona had a Bible which was given to him when he was baptized in Denmark, when he was a little young man. It was a gift of the Bible from the king, at that time, which he brought to the Gold Coast. Now, I am guessing that this Bible, which was in Danish, he used it to act as a kind of a cover for the sale of the land from these Aquapin people. So one of the missionaries called Winnard, it was a German Basel missionary, he found the Bible sometime later on in the Aquapin town called Late, where the people owned the land on which the owner built his settlement. So we don't know at the moment where the Bible was, but the Bible was found by this Basel missionary about 1875. When the owner was still alive. And I don't know whether the Bible was given back to him. But he had left the Bible back in this latte, where he went to buy the land which he used.
How much can you tell us about his whereabouts in Denmark, Friedrich? What did he do and where did he go? And who did he interfere with?
Well, as I said earlier on, he was sent by the then Danish governor. I'm trying to remember the name. Now, the story goes that he was sent there in the company of 3 other Osu young people. And
do we have a year of the date of year here?
I'm thinking that they were sent there about 1818, thereabout. Because he was able to master the Danish language, and he came back in 1828. So at least he was there for at least 10 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he could have mastered the Danish language within less than that time.
Yeah.
We are not sure exactly when they got there, but as I'm saying, about 1818, just after the Danes had, disbanded or outlawed the transatlantic slave trade. In 1803, the slave trade was banned by the Danish administration. Now, so I believe that it was a way of compensating the people of Osu when they decided to send this young man, Fred the owner, with 3 other Osu people to go and trade in Denmark. So they would maybe come back as teachers or soldiers to help with the Danish administration. Now, so when he was in Denmark, in Copenhagen, he was connected with a professor, I think I mentioned already, Rasmus Rask, who was a philologist, and who had made attempt to write a book in the Ga language, which would be used at the castle school at Osu. And Nordeona was the one who helped him to write the book, because Nordeona could understand Osu Ga language, and he could also understand Danish. So he worked together with this professor, and they developed the book. Now, I don't have a copy of the book, but I know that there are records to show that yes, this Professor Rasmus Rask wrote this book, which was meant for use in the Osu Castle school. It's
a language book over the Accra language and the Akwamu with a small appendix of the Akwamu language.
Okay.
Now back to Friedrich. When he went with the Basel mission back to Ghana, do we know which person you said he went with some missionaries?
Yes.
Do we know the names of these missionaries and where were they from?
Yes, we have records of the names of the 4 Basel missionaries. They came from Basel. That's where they had the training.
Yes, of
because
course.
that was at that time the place where the Basel missionaries, that is in the southern in Switzerland.
Yes.
But to be able to come to the Guinea coast, they had to come to Copenhagen. And I think it was that time when the owner was made to join them, so that he can come and help them. And as I said, that was in 1828.
Okay.
Now I don't have the 4 names, but we have records of the names which we can easily produce.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, the story goes on, and we will work on it when we go back to Denmark.
Good. Yeah.
And I'm sure that we will find some interesting things. I hope so.
I'm hoping. Yes.
We will work for you.
Yes. I'll be very grateful.
That's good.
Because the real thing I want to know was, when was Noidona taken to Denmark? I'm not sure of the record. And that's what I want to know.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And anything else you can tell us about his roundabouts in Denmark, Frederick?
Well, I'm not very much aware of the various places where he went. But the fact that he was in this military training institution would have given him the chance to travel around Denmark. He might have gone further north, towards Norway, and it's likely he might have come down south also towards Germany. I'm not very sure. We don't have I don't have access to the records.
Okay.
But this is what we have to investigate.
Yes.
But there's a clear evidence that he was in Denmark, and that he obtained the Bible, as I've said, as a gift when he was baptized. In fact, the name Frederick was given to him at the time when he was baptized. I'm also told that he was even given a golden watch by the king. Yes. I recently got to know that he was given a golden watch as a gift by the king. And
that must be recorded somewhere.
There must be a record of that somewhere, which we have to investigate from the archives.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you should ask the Danish scholars a question about this one, what should it be, or what is it that you would like to know more about?
Yes. Now, first, I would like to know where was Frederick Noidona trained, because I'm not very sure where he was trained. But if we are able to get, from the records, where he was trained, it will add a lot of value to the information which I have at the moment, because I want to relate the place where he was trained with the knowledge he had to be able to do development planning and creating of a new settlement in the Accra Plains. One pastoral missionary who went to see the settlement which he developed, the name of the pastoral missionary was called Johannes Zimmermann. I think he went to see him about 1857, 1858. And he said that he was very impressed by the way and manner in which Noidona has set up a new settlement, a new village, well laid out. He has introduced a new way of building. He has introduced a new way of farming. These things probably he must have learned from the institution he was trained in Denmark. So I would like to know from scholars if they have records of him. And if possibly they have any records of those people who came along with him to Denmark. Most likely, maybe they didn't arrive in Denmark. They might have died on the way. But if we can get a bit of information from the scholars as to when did Noidona come to Denmark.
And he came with some local people from Ghana?
From Ghana.
Okay.
There were supposed to be 3 other young people.
3 other young people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We will continue our research here in Ghana and in Denmark.
Yes.
And we will hope for the best.
That's right. Good. Thank you very much for the interview.
It's fine.